Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Mastermind Show. I thought I'd just bust out a quick little video, maybe 5 minutes or so, see how long it goes. Reason I'm making this video is you know why I believe that crypto is the best way for the everyday person to build multi-generational wealth. With crypto, you can turn like $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 in to many millions of dollars. Literally, you can turn your $1,000 into like 10 or $20 million. Like, that's amazing. There's no other no other asset classes that can really do that. You know, it's amazing. There's just so much upside in crypto. You're not gonna get that with stocks. You're not gonna turn $1,000 and turn it into 10 or 15, $20 million, in a span of 5 years. It's not gonna happen. I don't have anything against stocks or anything like that, but right now, for the everyday person that wants to like retire early or retire young or build generational wealth, I think crypto's the way to go. That's why I invest in crypto, and there's a reason why I teach people how to invest in crypto so they can build generational wealth and um, you know retire young or retire early or pay off their debts or make a lot of money. There's a reason why. Like, I can't really think of any other asset classes that can do this besides crypto. Your upside is so much more higher than your downside. Maybe you're risking $1,000 and you can make literally like 5 or 10, 15, $20 million with that $1,000 invested in the right crypto. Yes, you can also lose that money, but with me, I do reduce the risk a lot. I only invest in good quality cryptos like XTC, for example. That $1,000, you park your money in XTC, Zinfin Network. Phew, that $1,000, maybe you get like 20,000 tokens. That goes to $100 a piece, which it will, or even $1,000 a piece, which I believe it will eventually. Eventually, it will. Man, you'll be set, man. You'll be loaded, man. Like, whew, you ain't gonna work tomorrow. I'll tell you that. You'll be obscenely wealthy. Then everybody will want to be friends with you, and everybody will want to be rich off you. You don't need much. Really. Like, even if you don't have 1,000, put 500 in or 250 in. You can turn that into six figures, maybe a mil. It does not take much money to get wealthy of crypto. It does not really take much crypto to build generational wealth. Keyword multi-generational wealth. But you got to pick the right cryptos, and you got to know how to store it, and there's a little bit of strategy behind it, which is what I teach in my videos. They're all free, doesn't cost you any money. Yeah, I'm actually I'm building a little slide. I'll be doing like a little webinar thing, and I will be teaching people how to invest in crypto more deeply with visual aids, on the PowerPoint slides. So it'll be more comprehensive, and people will be able to learn faster. It'll be like a bit of a course. It'll be free, so it won't cost you any money. I'll talk about market cap, how to store your crypto, what crypto to buy. I talk about, centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges on my upcoming course. So it's all just so you can educate yourself and, build generational wealth. I mean, that's why I do it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I love crypto, and I love teaching people how to build wealth in crypto. You don't have, at the end of the day, you don't have to be rich to get involved in crypto. Even if you put $10 a week or $20 a week in a good quality crypto, I'm telling you, man, it's life changing, man. Like, big time. It's life changing. Like, it'll make a difference. If you're smart, if you're really truly smart, you know, and you want to roll like a baller, you know, get like a loan, you know, maybe 1,000, 2,000, $3,000 loan or whatever. Get a loan and buy crypto with it. Who cares if you pay 150, 300 or $400 in interest? Who really cares? Because you're gonna make so much more. You're gonna make millions of dollars. You know what's $300 or $400 in interest when you're gonna make hundreds or possibly hundreds of millions of dollars? You know, it's insignificant. You know, this is what we call positive leverage. Some people call it OPM, other people's money. So you're using other people's money, the bank's money or the lender's money, to buy an asset that will skyrocket. All right, then you can pay off your loan or use your wages, pay off the loan. At least you already got the asset. At least you know you're locked and loaded. You know, that's where Caleb and Brown comes in. You know, buy your crypto on Caleb and Brown. You get institutional grade custody. You know, they're the best. You know, I'm not just saying that. I use Caleb and Brown myself. I can tell you that they're pretty much the best in the world. You know, for the average retail investor, you know, they got Fireblocks, institutional grade custody. You get your own personal broker. You get access to trade slicing. So they find the crypto for you at the cheapest price. So you're buying it at the lowest possible price. You know. And when you sell it, they sell it for you at the highest price. And your broker, you can contact him via phone or email. You know, Binance or Coinbase don't have that services, you know, and the fees are minimal, man, you know. Even if you don't buy any crypto on Caleb and Brown, you can still store your assets there and utilize the institutional grade custody for free, you know. I would say, I would, for the average person, I would just say buy it with Caleb and Brown and you're good. They'll look after you, you know, they got an app now. They got exceptional service, really. They truly do, you know. I can vouch for them. So, you know, it's all about the service. And the most important part of Caleb and Brown, the selling point, is the institutional grade custody. All the other exchanges, most of the other exchanges, they don't have Fireblocks. So you don't have that institutional grade custody if there's a hack or, you know, a quantum, God forbid, there's a quantum computer hack or something like that, your crypto is gone. Whereas with Caleb and Brown, you're protected. Or at least you're significantly more protected than with a traditional exchange. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's all about reducing risk, you know. And regardless of whether you use Caleb and Brown or any exchange, enable 2FA, two-factor authentication. Yes, that's a little tip for you. Enable two-factor authentication, so it's much harder for them to hack through your account because they'll need that 6-digit code that changes every 30 seconds. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video there, guys. I think I've said enough. You know, you don't need much money in crypto, man. Like, seriously, this opportunity, it's not gonna last forever, you know. And the reason why I believe that crypto is gonna exponentially grow is because we're heading into the new financial system, the new era, next generation banking. Some people call it, it's called the fourth industrial revolution. Some people call it the new world order, the new world, the new digital system. We're heading into that new system, all right? Blockchain is one of the main pillars for the new economy that we're heading into, the digital economy, if you want to call it that. Blockchain, AI, quantum computing, robotics, I think nanotechnology, digital IDs. These are all part of their roadmap for the new system. To be honest, it's probably a slave system, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, if you don't believe me, you go on the World Economic Forum, their website, they got a roadmap. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there, guys. Crypto Mastermind out. Peace.